On this episode, we take a drive through Titus Canyon in Death Valley in the new 2022 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. That's coming up right now on Driving Sports TV. Author Bill Bryson said that some of the finest roads in the world are built and managed by the National Park System. And a great example of that are the main lines that you will find through Death Valley. I mean, just look at that road. It's magnificent. Not a single pothole on it. But we're not staying on the main lines today. We're going off on an adventure into Death Valley's Titus Canyon. This is a fairly popular alternative route into the park, and it is unpaved. In fact, it's rated 3 out of 10 for difficulty. And it's just about right for testing this vehicle today, the 2022 Jeep Compass Trailhawk. Because I just bought this in Houston, I'm driving it all the way back to Seattle. I have a separate video about the whole road trip, but today on this adventure is going to be a standalone video. And we are about to head off into the woods. Well, no real woods, it's all scrub brush. So the Jeep Compass Trailhawk comes ready for these type of adventures, modest trail adventures. The tires are all seasons. Those actually should be upgraded if you want to do mini mountain adventures. The ground clearance is 8.6 inches. That is completely stock for this vehicle. There are tons of lift kits available if you want to add 1 to 3 inches. Knock yourself out. It does have underbody armor, pretty basic, but it should do the job for what we need today. And of course, it has excellent approach, departure, and breakover angles. And it also has a very short wheelbase of only 103 inches, roughly. Okay, Titus Canyon, here we go. So I don't have a lot of time today, and that's mostly because it's winter time. I'm filming this in early December, and the sun sets very early. I finally got out here. It's 1:26. I want to see if I can get in and out of here in a couple hours. Now, the journey should normally be about 1 hour. However, I'm filming. That always adds like 2 to 3 times the amount of time. So this road is very familiar to me based on my experiences driving the 4Runner through Death Valley earlier this year. It is a flat, gravelly road with lots of washboard. I think this will be my life now for a little while. Now, washboard is interesting. It is a naturally occurring phenomenon based on traversing over the rocks. There was an MIT study on this years ago, and they determined that it didn't matter if you were driving in 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, or if you were on a big 1-wheel going across it, it always created ripples, and the ripples kind of in the way like water will ripple as well. So that's, I think, really interesting. So those who are like, oh, you got to be in 4-wheel drive or 2-wheel drive to reduce the amount of washboard, no, that's not actually factual. One thing we can do, however, to improve the situation here, because I get the feeling there's going to be a lot of this, is air down our tires. And I don't want to air down too much because these are all-season radials. They're not really designed. That looks like a good spot. I'm going to use a tool by ARB to air down the tires. You can buy any brand. They're all basically the same. This just makes it easier than sticking my fingers in. It also makes it more accurate because it has a gauge. So, because these are all-season radials and I don't want to get too crazy here, I'm just going to air them down to 20 PSI. Actually, 23, I think, is where I'm going to go. Okay, now, does that make an improvement? Oh yeah, it actually does. I mean, it's still washboard. It still kind of sucks, but this is tolerable, I think, for right now. We'll see. It is really important on these type of adventures to have a full-size spare tire, and this Trailhawk in 2022 does come with that. It's a matching 5th tire to the other 4 that are on the vehicle. The only thing that doesn't match is the rim. It's a Steely, but who cares? On roads like this, you have to be really careful about, the errant large rock that is bigger than the 8.6 inches of ground clearance. They can just come out of nowhere. Somebody could have kicked it over. An animal might have kicked it on the course. Somebody was maybe a jerk who came through before, or maybe it was just a car that kicked it up. Who knows? But for whatever reason, you really have to keep your eyes on the road all the time and basically assess the quality of the road every couple seconds. Obviously, that's not something you have to do on a regular road, unless, maybe if you live in Jersey, you do. But, most people don't have to deal with that. I kind of feel like I'm going across Tatooine. Oh, do you know what I could use? It's getting a little warm in here. I think I'll turn on my seat coolers. Oh yeah, that's adventuring in style. I'm gonna go ahead and engage 4-wheel drive lock, which will give me better control in the loose surfaces, although at the speeds I'm going, there's no real panic moves I have to worry about, but just to be safe, 4-wheel drive lock. Oh yeah, this is the Death Valley, I know. It's probably a valuable thing for me to note at this point. If you come to Death Valley, you need to come prepared. I don't think you necessarily need to have somebody with you, so long as you have plenty of water, and I have 2 liters of water with me, and a way to communicate to the outside world. I do have a Garmin satellite, what is it called? Anyway, it's a little Garmin satellite communicator. So I can be anywhere in the world and I can get help. They're not cheap, but that one time that you need rescuing and it's life or death, I'd say it's worth it. The weather is great today, 62 degrees, partially overcast in Death Valley. Yeah, definitely don't try this in July. Wow, these rocks look really sharp. If I hit a big one just right, that's gonna suck. I don't want to have to change a tire in Death Valley. Looks like it's been maintained fairly recently because there's no real washouts on it yet. Although it could degrade very quickly. Wow, am I going up? Ooh, I gotta watch for those rocks. I'm gonna put my tire pressures on here, so if I get a flat, I'll know it quick. Tires have heated up a little bit. They're up to 24 PSI. Oh, I have definitely lost cellular signal at this point. My maps are offline. I was able to download them before I lost signal, so that's good. What I love is because they carve these roads out of the natural rock, of course, here in Death Valley, there's just so many different colors in the rock. So from one moment I'm on a white road, then I'm on a red road, then I'm on a yellow road. It's really, it's quite interesting. Wow. A little bit more travel would be nice. And I would love the confidence of a tire with a reinforced sidewall, which these are not. They might say Wild Peak on the side, but they're not the Wild Peak that we love. These are just the HT street tires with a slightly aggressive tread. The AT3Ws are the ones that are really good. This is going to get pretty tight, I get the feeling. These corners. I mean, I could still fit a 4Runner through here pretty easily, but how tight is it going to get? I did read online that there are sections that are only 10 feet wide. So that's that. So an average highway lane is 12 feet. So highway line -2, possibly with curves. Okay. Tire pressures are looking good. Oh, the green is amazing. The camera is not messed up. No, that is actually green. The rocks are green. Totally natural. Okay, now there's a rock I want to skip. It almost seems cheating to have a seat cooler on and leather-wrapped steering wheel on an adventure like this. It really does, because this is rugged. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But comfortable at the same time. Look at all these rocks and wonder, how much does all this weigh? I'm sure it would have to be represented in a in some big mathy number. But I bet it's a lot. Now there's two ways to get out of here once we're done. I could always turn around and go back, of course, or I can loop around the mountain and come back down the main road. At least that's what it looks like on a map. I didn't actually research it much. You would think I would put a ton of research into these adventures. I really don't. I basically look on a map, say, I want to go there, and then we do it and see what happens. One of these days, that's going to bite me in the ass. Oh, I do believe there is a mine operation of some sort here. Obviously, it's just ruins at this point. Leadville. This is the town of Leadville. It was a mining boomtown founded on wild and distorted advertising. 300 hopeful people swarmed here. Oh boy. And a post office was established in August 1926. By February 27, the post office closed and the town died. Huh. And hopefully we can get out of here before sunset. It's not looking good. Okay, I feel like we're getting to the bottom of the canyon now. This is probably where it's going to get a little snug. Whoa. Oh, yeah, did not expect that. Wow. Dude, that's amazing. What? Whoa, this is just mind-blowing. Whoa. This is, you can't see this in books or photos or even this video, really. This is pretty amazing. Ow, bumped my lip. I do like that I can fit full 1-liter bottles in the door. Very handy on trips like this. I wonder how close are we to the end? I thought the canyon was going to be tighter than that. I mean, that was cool, that was tight, but that wasn't like what I was expecting. There should be a really tight section. So far, this car has been just amazing for this journey, and it's really the suspension is doing a great job, even on 17s with a fairly, not a very robust side profile. It's doing a really good job of soaking up the irregularities in the road, everything from washboard to rocks. And yeah, it's not fast, but for stuff like this, it's plenty fast because, yeah, this isn't really, I mean, if you think of this in the context of a gravel road, off-road adventure style vehicle, not a high-speed one. It's not like a Bronco, for example, or a Wrangler 392. You know, this is for soft road adventures where you're gonna go have some fun, go see some stuff. It'll get you there, it'll get you back, I hope. And haven't had it long enough to say that for certain, but it seems like it'll get you where you want to go, and it does a really good job with the things that matter. Now, am I excusing the fact that they didn't put a faster, more efficient motor in this? No, I am not. They really, really should. However, I don't think it's a no sale simply because of that. You know, it is a shortcoming. Most vehicles have some shortcoming, but power, it really hasn't ruined the experience of this vehicle for me. It's just fun to drive. Maybe that's why they sell more than 100,000 of these every year in the US. Yeah, I looked it up. That's the actual number. Blew me away. Now granted, they're not all Trailhawks, probably just a small percentage of them are, but still, that's a lot of 2.4 liter Tiger Sharks. Although this car could be so much better if it had more horsepower. Oh, it would be so amazing. Please, Jeep, put in a 2-liter turbo. I ask you, please. The road's been so incredibly flat and smooth this whole way. Oh, shite. That was a rock I didn't see. Tire pressure's holding. That's good. See? Pay attention to the road. Whoa. I feel like I'm going to be attacked by either sand people or Jawas. Ooh, yes. Wow. Boy, this place would be perfect for an ambush. Okay, I think we're about to come out of the canyons here. I wonder what's going to be on the other side. No idea. This is going to be the tight one. Ooh, wow, going under a rock. That's new. Well, this is actually just a great drive. I mean, I can't imagine why anybody couldn't take their car out here and do this. The one thing you have to consider is the condition of your tires. Also, you need to make sure you have enough sidewall for those random large rocks that you will hit along the way. And of course, the ability to air down is nice. So, unless you're rolling 19s, with rubber bands for tires, this is a great adventure. Oh, here's the tight one. Okay, it's getting snug. I'm feeling it. Oh, this is probably one of the tightest sections here. These rocks are just amazing. It looks like it's opening up here. With this leg of the adventure done, I guess there's nothing left to do but drive into the sunset. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share our videos. We make them for you, and we hope you enjoy them. Oh no, I also have to drive home. I forgot. So drive into the sunset, and then continue my 4,000 mile journey back to Seattle. Can't forget that, because Christmas is coming up.